our economy atrocious, our debt skyrocketing. But at least we are great at geopolitics. Who needs a living wage when you can just grow the pact? And we start off right again with another vote. Parliamentary powers. We will become more and more democratic once again. Akiyoshi Toshiko's mellow jazz piano plays in the background of the Prime Minister's office. So, what do you think? That's not the way I would have done it, but I'm impressed, said Hatoyama, with a slight tone of appreciation, or approval rather. Believe me, Ichiro, I'm honestly almost sick of tea and golf, but for the sake of our administration and our careers, I think I can go for another round of both. So, what now, Ikeda? Next time we meet, we're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna have to discuss surging the diet. The old families are breathing down our necks, for God's sake. They want their corporate relief, and they want it fast. Not to mention, there's Kishi left to deal with. Well, that's a topic for another day. Thank you for the supper, Ikeda. I owe you one for next Friday. Let's hope our ploy holds. I think we should have more than enough. 61%. Something tells me we are Gucci. Now we can improve our situation again. Support of the diet will, support of the House of Peers will increase. Administrative efficiency will improve. Political parties will improve. Penal system will improve. And we get power, as well as the reformists. Okay, that should also stabilize our economy, right? Our political system. We're at 81 stability. We are the largest party, although equal to the reformists. We need to grow, embellish accomplishments as well. We need to get bigger than the reformists and stay bigger. Oh, we cannot increase these things until the bill is passed. Okay, but like I said, shouldn't be a problem. We got more than 10% in excess. It does also seem like the OFN is winning against the Reichspakt. Good for them, I guess. Doesn't matter to us. And we're about to pass our diet. It passes indeed. And we'll most likely lose some of our seats because of it. No, we're at 66. We actually improved. Okay. Let's improve relations with some of the factions that we have poor relations with, right? So, what now, Ikeda? You've beaten back the nobles and the elites. How are you feeling about wrangling the diet? Well, Hatoyama, it was hard, but you just have to know when you make the right promises and when to break them. I'm sure you'll do fine, but the House of Representatives is another story. I'm too old to keep up with what goes on. Hell, I've been in the diet longer than the bashful Takagi was even in the Navy. Experience doesn't merely come in years, Hatoyama. It's what you do with those years. Alright, we're getting kind of a thick neck, big head. That's okay. We will get power, but our relations with everyone decreases. I mean, good thing we're improving relations with everyone then. Conservatives. And let's also improve with the Kido. Yeah, there we go. Actually, just straight up with everyone. Kennedy got assassinated. That's not good for America. Not too bad for us. Damn it. Game spoiled. Paranoia increases somewhat. They're still equal-ish. Let's press this button again. Decrease paranoia. Let's press both of them, actually. We're almost at 100 stability for our government as well. 164 seats. We're gonna get even more with this play. Though most likely we'll lose a bit of stability in the process. When Hatoyama Ichiro walked into the Prime Minister's office, he knows right away that time has come for them to go on the attack. It's hard to say what makes him realize this. Maybe it's the sense of tension in the air, so thick that Hatoyama could practically feel it in his ancient bones. Maybe it's a gleam in Ikeda's eye, signaling that his legendary fury ire is about to be unleashed. Whatever the reason, Hatoyama finds himself utterly unsurprised when Ikeda says it's time to discuss our next target. We'll have to choose our play with care. You know as well as I do how precarious your position is. I understand your desire to permanently defeat your opposition, but if you damage your own supporters in such a maneuver, it could spell the end of your ministry. Don't remind me, Ikeda mutters. A focused strike then, not an attack against the whole faction. Some sort of targeted scheme, meant to diminish the influence of a few key figures. Take out the foundation, and collapse the whole damn rotten structure. Where have I heard that one before? Let's improve our position, although we will lose some minimum wage and industrial regulations. Support? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh no! Fire when ready. It didn't bear reading. They had tried to reanimate the Colossus only to see it crumble underneath its own weight. Blame was endemic. There was no part of the machinery that escaped harsh critique. Poor communication, a lack of familiarity with modern tech, overwrought planning, inflexibility, abuse of command, political appointment, on and on. Fundamental tactics were unable to be executed, let alone newer concepts. That bastard Ino really let these imbeciles do whatever they wished. And now Japan itself is critically vulnerable. Anyone not willing to adhere to our vision, to my vision now, they are cut out. A rare emotive outburst from Ikeda, known for his even keel and finesse. We need to fix this. The legitimacy of this administration hangs on its ability to change Japan for the better. To fulfill this duty, we will begin an army reform program. You may see actions related to that in the decisions menu. Rentokuen 43 is 4 years away. It would be best if it does not catch us unprepared. Okay, reform, you motherfucker, basically. Or else. Let's do this one. Let's just do all of them. There we go, I've done all of them. Is that it? Is my army all powerful now? How many seats are there in total? I feel like we're closing in on almost half. We need to cannibalize one party or something and it'll be over. Well, except for the Kidoites, because they have no one. Ikeda can practically smell the fear in the air. He had been meeting all day with representatives of the Zaibatsu, from the VIP envoys of the Big Four to the minor functionaries of their lesser counterparts. It's no wonder, really, with an economic crisis raging and their technocrat enemies gaining influence in the Diet, it's only natural that the Zaibatsu would turn to Ikeda and his faction for support. But what does come to as a surprise is the urgency with which they plead for the conservatives to take action. Some of the requests have been phrased almost as demands, brazen enough to shock even Hatoyama, with his decades of experience in politics. Things must be worse than Ikeda thought if the Zaibatsu were getting this desperate. Our interests won't clash, well, unless they do. We'll see. Another small we're gonna keep pressing any one of them that comes in here. Look at that. The OFN is victorious, actually. And unlike in my campaign, they formed separate mandates. Because apparently, oh, never mind. They're gonna do the same mistake that I did. Whoops. I was about to praise AI for not being as dumb as I was. Oh, we need Air Force experience. Fair enough, we don't have enough just yet. And that is okay. Unacceptable. Sato Eisatsu's exclamation echoes even in the small confines of the meeting room. Ikeda, by contrast, was deceptively calm. Choose your next words very carefully, Minister Sato. Sato seems to realize he's overstepped and he shrinks back a little bit. We must do this, Eisako. I understand that you and Kishi are close, but there is simply too much at stake to let the technocrats go unchecked. The Prime Minister understands this, which is why he's decided to accept my suggestion to put Kishi under arrest. You know my misgivings have never stopped me from standing by either of you before. But this is different. Attacking Kishi is a bridge too far. I'm surprised you'd even consider asking me to support you against my own brother. What a plot twist. This really is a Japanese drama indeed. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm telling you what will happen. Your options are to accept it or to no longer be a member of this cabinet. Sato generally considers the second of those options for a moment, but his own position in the Diet has always been precarious, thanks in large part to the very brother Ikeda is now proposing to attack. Even if he defects to another faction, he'll be distrusted and sidelined there, unable to make nearly as much of a difference as he does in Ikeda's cabinet. He knows all this, and Ikeda knows he knows this. With a defeated sigh, Sato slumps back into his seat. Fine, but the least you can do is not make me a part of your plans for Kishi. It's bad enough that I'll have to sit by while you target him. Don't make me stab my own family in the back as well. Your assistance won't be necessary. It's not exactly a reassurance, but he offers it all the same. Now let's continue on with the strategic purges. Kishi Nobusuke is intimately familiar with the workings of secret police forces. After all, his iron-fisted rule over Manchuria could not have been maintained without one. And when stripped down to their bare essentials, he sees a little difference between the Toko and the Yakuza gangsters he recruited to keep the Chinese in line. Both have their formalities, rank structures, wages, specialties in various fields, but in the end, the function of both had to do only with power. Which is why he's not as surprised as one might expect when the Toko officers knock down his door. As the cuffs are slapped on his wrist, he gives the thought police a glare he perfected for use on Chinese laborers and peasants. It's a look that conveys to the recipient that Kishi thinks they're the lowest of the low. He looks at them like there's something he scraped off his boot. Does Ikeda really think this will stop me? They don't reply. In fact, they don't react at all. Kishi is not in Manchukuo anymore, where his word was law. He is arrested. He will drop the soap for eternity. Actually, let's train our helicopters, right? We do need a lot more transports for our helicopter units. I did not realize we need that much. Don't keep clicking away at all of these, please. The Indonesians did what? Sukarno declared martial law, Prime Minister. Curfews are in place without valid documents. No declaration of martial law. Not the declaration of nationalization of Japanese assets. Did the ministry get any indication this was going to happen? None at all. We're getting the embassy to confirm the details immediately. Did better. I have a meeting with Mitsubishi and Mitsui executive this afternoon. Yeah, they're gonna rebel. Don't worry, I'll put them down, as I have everyone else before me. I suppose this means it's time, Hatoyama asks. Indeed, it is. We're already decided which faction to focus our efforts on. Now it's just a matter of who among them to purge. You seem oddly excited about this. Even more than you were when you decided to go on the offensive in the first place. Well, can you blame me? Ikeda looks up from his work to address his right-hand man. It feels good sometimes to be able to make demands and throw my weight around, rather than walking on eggshells to avoid breaking the great compromise that created this ministry. I suppose I can't. But just because it makes you feel good doesn't obviate the need for caution and prudence. Yes, I know. So let us plan how to cautiously and prudently purge our enemies from the diet. It wouldn't be 20th century Japanese politics, of course, without some good old backstabbing. Our economy will be industrialized, more decentralized. Okay, sure, I guess. We will slightly increase security and political parties. Okay. Tell the Indonesian ambassador I'll see him now. After being admitted to the Prime Minister's officer, the ambassador was kept standing at attention for a minute longer. If the ambassador was showing any indication of being annoyed at being kept waiting, he was smart enough not to show it. What can I do for you, ambassador? Despite our president's decision to nationalize industries in the name of the Indonesian Revolution, we wanted to assure the Empire of Japan that we will continue to remain committed to the cause of Pan-Asian solidarity. But if Indonesia is to serve as the southern bulwark against the imperialists in Australia, we must revisit our defense cooperation agreements, especially with our internal situation is so tense as to require martial law. We strengthen the position at the cost of approval. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. We're starting to teeter with the House of Representatives a little bit. Large gear, there we go. So this one again. How's the support looking in here? Okay, it's not bad. Well, what do we do? They're repeating their request, sir. Crest, yes, allow them on board. And tell the crew to make sure everything is hidden properly. These Australians really thought they were pulling something off. Flying an Indian flag. Well, you know what to do. More orders were exchanged, and fairly soon a small Indonesian boarding party was on the Australians' deck. Sir, we found it. Found what? He strode to the room. As he strode to the room, the shout had originated from. Fairly soon, he was in the galley, where one of his men had shunted aside the icebox and opened a loose panel in the wall. There were firearms, OFN firearms. Tell the men to take the crew prisoner. And let's escalate for another global conflict. I love global conflicts. I do like fighting for influence with these global conflicts. It's so much fun. I wish there were more. Contact the Australians and demand they stand down. Yeah, we'll be aggressive about it. They refuse. Send in the Navy. Stop training our dudes. They'll get trained on the field. Peace purchases cost. Ah, damn it. Or free government of the Republic of Indonesia. Damn. Is that our faction mostly? The Republic of Indonesia opposition forces are weakened. That's also good, right? Oh, House of Peers not looking too good these days. We need to launch a propaganda campaign as soon as we can. 25 political parties. Yes, very important. This in turn will allow me to launch a propaganda campaign. Bumping it up slightly. 57.5, still not great, but we're not at the edge. Let's do some strengthening the yen block, as our poverty rate is still increasing, right? By 4%, that's not great. The hell is Gainy? Okay. How Gainy are you, though? Warrior priests. Milton Shepherd, that's pretty cool. I love the mustache, too. There's the Indonesian war. Where's our page? We don't have a page yet, but we will soon enough. It does probably pay to slow down the game a little bit. Oh, Republic, when did that happen? But we lost them? I don't know how to not do that, though. Send surplus. Can I join the war? No, not yet. It's currently insurgency. The streets of Jakarta were still with an uneasy, fearful calm as the Japanese motorcade drove past multiple checkpoints. Sukarno had never been a man generous with his trust, but this, he seemed calmer than the soldiers outside. It's too late to be jumping at shadows, Kawashima. Now I have to clean up the mess that's left. I sympathize. Give me a list of whatever you need, and I'll make sure it gets back to the highest levels in Tokyo. Everything, Sukarno said, his gaze hardening. What do we get in there? Inflation increases, GDP growth increases. Well, everyone's GDP growth increases. We have 57, which is okay. And our government stability with that should be increasing to 100% actually. Damn. And public approval will increase and poverty rate will slowly begin to improve. That's good. An interesting message has found its way to our government from Madrid. Riddled with minor errors, endlessly verbosity, and seems to try to say the same message repeatedly. Phrased more like a legal document than a communication, it gives the impression that the writer cared more about closing up any potential loopholes as opposed to just giving a message. Whatever the motivations, the message itself is still legible, remarkably. Indonesia has imprisoned the garrison of the former Portuguese holding in Timor, which we liberated on our march southwards, and Iberia wants them back. We have been redirected to from our client state because allegedly we control their prisoner management. Ignoring that this isn't true, for the sake of maintaining our honorable reputation, they'll need to be given a response. Yeah, send them home. You may have them. I have no use for them anymore. They kept screaming about wanting to see their family. Haven't seen them in 10 years. Well, more like 20 at this point, but you get what I mean. They were a bit of a downer. Protect Japanese installations? Yeah, why not? We're so close to our escalation. Send some more guns, because why not? Bill pass? Of course it passes. 100% stability. Dude, we are incredibly powerful. Let's do some corporate relief. Actually, what's the situation looking like? It's looking good. Let's pass the bill. Let's pass the next bill. Lobby. Once again. There we go. The weekliest. We'll be able to send one more volunteer. Perfect. I do want to say send more. As many as I can, really. The war hasn't started yet, but it will soon. Democracy returns. Interesting. Oh, that means they might decide between going to the OFN or to us. Unlike India, who abandoned us. I don't know how this works, the Indian one. Because we don't really get any events. Well, we do get to give guns to our boy. But I don't know if it's successful or not. Because there's no global conflict thing. They just said, peace out, and left us. Expand the Japanese military mission. Oh, I do want to reestablish the 1A program. It should increase our GDP growth. Still have 57 out of everyone voting for us. Government stability is at 100%. Oh yeah, it's very much gamer time. A small parade gives us political power again. Yeah, reestablish this. It should increase our GDP growth. What's our growth percentage? 3.5. That's okay. Uh-oh. South American nation of Colombia. Once again, 2 for the price of 1. Is the war hot or not yet? No, not yet. I'm guessing Gilberto is the one that we will get to support. And I think, yes, another bill has passed. GDP growth by 0.5%. Public approval, I didn't even realize. Oh no, it's okay. We're still above 30, so apply some more battlefield lessons again. Increase our GDP by 1%. Oh yes, go for that, please. We're out of political power. God damn it. So close to escalating once again. We just need more points to take more decisions. Oh, there it is. The war has popped off. Send how many units? 3. Great. And 3 air wings, so that's an amount. And there's our beautiful fighters. Our volunteers are still in transfer, which is fine. Where's our dudes? There they are. Ow. Okay, well, in that case, get in here, please. This war shouldn't be too difficult now, should it? Look at this, we're crushing them. That's 1 dealt with already. Go a little bit more up north and transfer our airplanes in here. We're just melting them again. Bye-bye. This welfare package will be significantly more expensive but offer greater benefits. Maybe. I'll do them later. For now, let's go for necessary evil. Keep going, my dudes. Get a planning bonus going, eh? We need it against the Americans. Against the rest, not so much. Look at that, we're about to encircle like what, 3 units? It ended up becoming just 1, but that's okay. We're about to encircle the rest instead. Look at that. Goodbye, my sweet prince. You will be missed. The Free Government of the Republic of Indonesia's Military Council, also dead. Actually, help out in here, maybe. Dead. Next up north in here. We'll go straight into the capital and most likely finish him off with that. Ikeda sat in his office and tapped his finger on the dark wooden desk, thinking deeply about his position in the Diet. Taking off his glasses and pinching his nose, he pondered over the thought of making an alliance in the chamber to strengthen his control over the legislature. The Kidoid were his first thought. They were professional career politicians, well rehearsed in legal codes and drafting bills that navigated legal constraints. They had the expertise that Ikeda lacked, and with them on board, his government can stand in a far stronger position. After rubbing his eyes and sighing heavily, Ikeda was stuck with another idea, the Taka Guides. They were motivated to legislate and notably pragmatic, perfect for his own agendas in the Diet. Where they lacked experience, they made up for it in determination. Moreover, their vulnerable position could benefit the Prime Minister, as he began to wonder if he could strong-arm their votes for his bills. Let's go with the Admiral knows best. And we're about to get the capital. That should finish these guys off, right? It did. It's mostly in here that we're left. Let's send our boys in to support us. And don't forget our airplanes. We can send 5 in now. Now that's interesting. I'm not going to send them in because I'm lazy and we have plenty in here. There we go. My troops have arrived. Ready for war. And it's going really well, actually. Goddamn. Chinese request to give them what they ask for, modern equipment. They will not be able to break free. This should be it, right? Although we do need to take Palapo eventually. Oh, it was taken. Never mind. Now all the way like this, I guess. Calling you Admiral. Our relations with the reformists will increase. And we get some political power. Sure, why not? A nice little bonus. Ooh, administrative efficiency got increased. That's great. Helped us out a ton, I think, right? Yeah. An offer from Rome. There it is. A golden opportunity to bring Italy into our sphere. It's time for us to save up some political power, because we'll need a lot of it in there. Oh, and the Americans are also interested in Italy. Get some extra political power out of the reforms again. Exile the Fit. What? Oh no, the National Protection Army. Whoops. China, you better get your shit together in there. Well, we've reached the capital, right? That should be it. Even more. Nice. Anyway, let's get some generous stopgaps. It'll be expensive. But I think... Oh, there it is. Invest diplomats in Italy. Sure. Let's start off with minimal investments, huh? Oh, they're not done yet? Okay, I guess we'll have to go even further. There we go. Now we got order in Indonesia. Approval through the roof as usual. I think we have pretty much half of the Imperial Diet under our control. Significantly increase... Decrease American influence. Increase our influence. Yeah. There we go. Significantly decrease independence. Of course. Keep pressing those buttons. They will get to us. Although it's taken a while. And when can we fight in Colombia already? But I think that this will be it. In the next episode, we will most likely get Italy involved into our faction. All that good stuff. But that will be for the next video. So I do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And hopefully you have a nice day. Bye-bye.